Hello, welcome to the video. It's a nice day today, so I thought I'd come outside to clean the fretboard on this guitar. I'm gonna change strings and do a couple videos with it, so I haven't touched the guitar since before my accident back November 30th, so it's past due on a good cleaning and maintenance. So I'll show you the dirt on the guitar right now and dust. Well, as you can see, it's definitely dirty and needs to be cleaned. So, it's a nice day outside. I figure why not come outside and do this. So anyway, I'll go ahead and get started. I'll give you a quick little update. A couple days ago, I had an EEG done. And if you're not familiar with an EEG, it's where you go in and they connect all these electrodes to your head to see your brain activity and if it's functioning correctly, etc. So I went in, and because I got long hair, they had to braid it so they could put the electrodes to my scalp and the back of my ears and stuff without it being a problem. So I got what I call the Rudy Huxtable look, which I'll show you a picture. But anyway, I figured since it's nice, you might as well come outside and see how, enjoy the weather. Because I can't really do much since I can't drive, but I can come outside and enjoy the weather, so that's always good. In a couple weeks I have my bad, next week they're going to put what's called a holster monitor on me, and that is going to check my heart to make sure everything's okay. I have to wear that for a 24-hour period and go about my day like normal, which is no big deal. But like I said, I'm going to be doing a couple videos where I'm playing guitar and a few other things. And the guitar needs some maintenance because I have not gave it none in so long. So I'll go ahead and get everything ready for that. And for you guitar players, bass players as well, how often are you guys cleaning your fretboards? I mean, some people change strings regularly, and that's great, but the fretboard is one of the most important things to keep clean, because you get a lot of buildup of nasty junk. It's pretty bad. I remember a long time ago there was a band and they brought all their guitars into the guitar shop in town, and they wanted to get maintenance on all the instruments and get it intonated and everything set up. The guitar tech that was doing that started laughing because whenever he'd open the case, the inside of the case would smell like cigarettes, whiskey, and weed, and BO, because those guys literally never change their guitar strings. And then they sweat and they play all these shows and they never clean the guitar fretboard at all. So it had a build up of finger cheese. Pretty disgusting. You know what finger cheese is. Finger cheese, if you don't know, is all your sweat, any kind of nasty fluid that you're getting out of your body, and etc. No telling how many pizzas and stuff they had on their fingers when they went to clean it. Pretty gross, but it was a good story. Thought it was a fun one to share. Now, I'm in no means by a guitar tech. Everything I do by learning. I'm self-taught on everything. A little windy out here. Let's check that angle. Just a little windy out here. Let me get reset back up. Okay. Back into it. Put this string here for now. Always make sure you clean up when you make a mess if you're outside, you know. Literally no point in being dirty, throwing trash all over the environment. So always make sure you're cleaning up after yourself. But anyway, like I was saying, I'll be doing some guitar playing, some guitar instrument reviews, etc. on my channel. So that's something to be looking forward to. I'm learning how to there you go. I got stuck. Currently right now I'm learning how to do streaming and a few other things, because there's a lot of stuff I want to do, but it's all a learning curve on how to do it. So that's the main thing, learning how. Now typically when I clean a guitar, I clean it pretty thorough. But I'm going to be honest, since I'm still having a bit of issues, I don't really got it in me to do a lot of proper stuff correctly. So I'm just going to wing it and do the best that I can do. Today I'm a little tired. The neurologist gave me a medication to help with the shaking of my hands. I don't know if you can see that. The right one's a little better than the left. So I mean the medication's kind of helping. But the problem is I got to take it before I go to bed. And when I take it, I get supposed to get sleepy with it, which I kind of do. But I wake up and then I'm not tired no more. And then I'm not wanting to sleep. So I'm not getting good sleep or enough sleep, which isn't too uncommon with me, because I've been known to go like 2 days with no sleep just because my brain stays active and doesn't cut off. And I've done that since a long time, far back as I can remember. And it can cause problems, obviously. Not getting sleep's a really bad thing, but it is whatever at this point. But again, the medication she put me on seems to be helping, so hopefully that'll get me going good. Time will tell. But now, on to the guitar player stuff. I got a soft bristle toothbrush. And I got some old Murphy's oil soap. Now what I do is I take it, I put a little bit on the toothbrush, I'm going to put a little bit on the fretboard. So when you're doing this, you want to get definitely right at the frets. But go ahead and get the whole fretboard part. And the reason you use a soft bristle toothbrush is that way it doesn't damage the wood. This is an Ibanez RG MS8, which is stands for rock guitar multi-scale 8-string. So with these, it's not a rosewood fretboard. I'll have to relook and see what the wood is. I don't remember right offhand, but the wood is some kind of word I'm gonna have to learn to pronunciate. But it's porous. It's got a little different tint than rosewood, and when you have these type, you don't want to damage them. It's not like when you're sitting with a maple fretboard, and then a maple fretboard, as you know, if you played one, you know, it's a little more difficult to get the wood, you know, stuff in the wood because there's no open pores. Whereas with this, there's open pores, so you have to be careful not to get anything too bad on this material. Think of it like brushing your teeth or something. I don't know. It's a necessary step if you want to take care of your instruments. You know, if you want them to last, you want them to sound good. Some people don't really take care of their instruments. Some people overly take care of their instruments. I'm kind of in between. I'll do the maintenance on them for sure. But as for like babying them and making sure they don't get any chips or dents or scratches, I'm not that guy. To me, guitars are meant to be played, so I play them. It's not the most fun stuff to sit and do this, but again, necessary. You can take it to a tech, pay them some money. They'll clean it up. They'll put new strings on it. They'll intonate it, and they'll get it going good. I do everything myself because I don't really have measurements on how I want an instrument set up, string height and that. When I'm doing it, I go by feel. So the relief in the neck, which is the way you're either bowing the neck down or not, I got a little bit of relief in there, and that's mostly for making strings easier to bend. I would drive a guitar tech nuts if I'm trying to explain to him how I set it up by feel, so I don't bother going to a tech. I learned how to do this stuff from a tech, a couple of them actually. But again, you know, that's if you want to go the extra mile and take care of your instruments yourself. I like to. It's kind of like a car. You can take a car to a mechanic, and when something goes wrong, you'll have to take it to a mechanic because you're not a mechanic. But with me, what I do is, since I maintenance all my own instruments, I do my own intonation and cleaning and etc. I do my own soldering. I put in my own pickups, my own tone pots. if something's wrong, I know how to fix it. So I'm not coming out of pocket for things such as that, which that's always a good thing. Typically, I let this stuff sit for a little bit, and I let it build up, sink into the wood before I clean it. That reminds me, you just seen me cleaning this spot on the guitar, which it's behind the nut. I don't know why Ivan has bothered not chopping that off and just having the paint go all the way to the nut. It doesn't look good to me. I'm gonna put something over it later when I have frivolous money to spend, because it's just a cosmetic thing. It doesn't affect the way it plays. So later I'll do that. Right now it's not something that's required. But for you guys, any of you do your own instruments? You clean your own necks? Solder your own pickups in, tone pots, capacitors? I mean, am I the only one doing this by myself? I don't think so, but how many of you guys do this? How well do you know your instrument? It's very important. So it's windy out here, so it's drying up a little quicker than typically, but go ahead and wipe, see how it does. Like I said, I'm limited on things that I can do because I get fatigued real easy, so when I do something I have to make it count, because simple stuff like just walking, that'll wear me out. And then if I walk too much, then I'm kind of done for the day and the next day. I'll be tired for 2 days, which is ridiculous, but that's what it is. So some of the stuff that I'll be doing is I'll be showing some 7-string guitars, 8-string guitars. I got a fretless guitar I'll show, 30 fret guitar I'll show, and all those guitars are for future albums I'll be doing, which y'all can listen to them and check it out, and enjoy it. I'll also be doing some ambient albums, so if you're a little confused on what ambient albums are, it's like background stuff. So if you listen to, like, if you're watching a horror movie, and if you notice in the background of the horror movie, you'll have like some kind of music going on. Okay? That's what ambient music is. It's like background stuff. So I've always done that, and I would do whole songs and I would delete them after I'd get done, because I was like, I don't think anybody's going to listen to that. And one day I realized people do listen to that, and I was like, man, I've been deleting those this whole time. I never thought anybody would listen to that stuff. So instead of deleting them, I'll put them out for people to check out and see if they like it, listen to it, etc. But some of the other stuff I'm working on is I'm doing a concerto, and the concerto is me on my 30 fret guitar with bass and drums and a 100 piece orchestra and 50 piece choir, but no vocals. So it's kind of a hybrid between cinematic music Romantic era, classical, little Baroque, and metal. So kind of if you took a little bit of the Lord of the Rings soundtrack and mixed that in with some epic metal with no vocals and did it like a concerto suite, that's what I'm working on. That one's gonna be a while. I got the intro like halfway finished, and that took a while. And then now it's really gonna take a while with me getting back to normal, but that's okay. Every day I'm moving forward, so that's a good thing. I'm not staying in one place. Nothing wrong with that. That's pretty much what I'm up to. I'll be doing a review on this guitar later for a different video, so you can be looking for that, checking it out. If you're interested to see how the multi-scale Ibanez is, I dig it. I think all the extended range instruments, 7s, 8, 9s, and 10s, I think all those should be multi-scale. I don't like the long baritone lengths on the high strings. I prefer it to be shorter on the higher strings and longer on the low. That's just my personal preference. Everyone's different. Everybody likes what they like. But I'm about done getting this pretty good. It looks much better. Wipe that up here. I know somebody's like, hey, you forgot that's above the nut. No, I got it. I did forget, but I got it. Couple little pragmatic places. See, when you're doing this, like I said, you really got to get on each side of the fret because that's where all your finger cheese builds up. Can't affect tone, can't affect a lot of stuff. So you can see that, I don't know, that little line. I just take my fingernail down onto the side of the fret to pull as much of that out as I can, because it does make a difference. Well, you can see I'm going to be doing this for a minute. I don't want to bore you with me sitting here for another 10-15 minutes doing this. So I'll go ahead and wrap up the video. And it's nice, go outside and enjoy the weather. And finally, we're all done. But oops, sorry, I got hung up there, my bad. Again, it's important maintenance to clean your fretboard. If you like to play fast, you'll definitely stay fast. If you have a bunch of finger sticky crap on there, you ain't gonna play quick. You ain't gonna like playing your guitar. But necessary step, maintenance your instruments. Very important. Can't emphasize that enough. But now that I'm done with this, I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna put strings on and tune it up, and then I'll intonate it later, and after that I'll do a video and a few other things and etc. So have a good one.